Greetings, family. Welcome and welcome back. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure you tap that subscribe button on your way out so you can join the family. We would love to have you. If you're already a part of the family, you already know you are loved and appreciated. Thank you for your energy, your likes, your shares, and your comments. Family, this is a collective reading, so that means that if it does not resonate with you, do not force it to fit. However, if it does resonate with you, it helps the channel so much when you like, comment, and share, okay? If you want your energy to resonate with this reading, make sure you engage with this reading. So again, a like, a comment, a share is you inserting your energy into this reading, okay? If you need a personal reading, you can book that at the link in the description box below. You can also book a personal life coaching session with me if you need assistance navigating through the changes and if you need some help tapping into your spirituality and upgrading your life. So without further ado, let's get into it. My beautiful, beautiful people, I asked the ancestors, what does the collective look like right now spiritually? Because I want to see where everyone's head is at. You know, there's a lot of truth being revealed. A lot of things are happening right now that just cannot be ignored. And so I want to see where everyone is at spiritually. How is everyone handling these changes that are taking place? So the first card that I got here is the Strength card in reverse. And then I got the Three of Swords in reverse. And then I got the Death card in reverse. So what does that mean? Let's break that down. So the Strength card in reverse is exactly what it sounds like. Some of you are lacking strength. Some of you are just spiritually drained, okay? And not just spiritually drained, but also mentally, physically, emotionally drained as well. So the Strength card in reverse speaks of indecision and weakness. So it feels like a lot of you just don't know which way to go. You're being hit with all different types of truth and information and knowledge, and you're starting to unlearn and relearn, and some of you just feel lost, you know. And so that's where this indecision comes from. You don't know which way to go. You feel like you're being pulled. I'm seeing a game of tug of war, you know. You feel like you're being pulled in all different directions. And for some of you, it's transitioning over from everything that you've been taught. So from like religion, you know, how you're supposed to date, how relationships and friendships are supposed to look, right? Like how you're supposed to eat. It's all these different things that are being thrown at you, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know, here, there, where, anywhere. So that's why we got the Strength card here in reverse. And also it speaks of weakness because some of you tend to give in very often. For some of you more often than others, but you're giving in to that old way of life that you know you should be giving up, okay? And then the Three of Swords in reverse speaks of emotional denial, lack of focus or direction, and harsh criticism on top of all of that. So it's like, not only do you not know which way to go, you are lacking focus. Like you're not even taking the time to figure out which way you should be going. I'm seeing some of you running from it. Like I'm literally seeing a track field. Like you're literally running from this. You're literally running from these inevitable changes that are taking place. You're just like, all right, I'm going to prolong it for as long as possible. And I get it because it's a lot going on. But that's why it's saying emotional denial. Like some of you are trying to ignore your feelings. And like, you know, it's important for us to be more present and pay attention to what we feel, because our emotions are just simply trying to tell us something. So when you're feeling a certain type of way, it's important to sit with yourself and say, okay, why am I feeling this way? For example, if someone says something to you, let's say they're like, oh, you're ugly, but you know you're not ugly. You look in the mirror and you love what you see, right? And you're still offended. You should be asking yourself, okay, well, why do I feel offended right now? If I know this not to be true, if I know better, why am I offended? So it's really taking the time to ask yourself why you are feeling the way that you are feeling. And that is how you stay present to your emotions. So some of you are in emotional denial. You're trying to ignore the emotions. You're trying to run from it. So with that lack of focus and direction, like I said earlier, it's like you don't know which way to go. Lack of direction, you're being pulled in so many different directions. And then here you got harsh self-criticism. So on top of all of that, you are beating yourself up. Don't you think that the world beats you up enough? Seriously, don't you think that the world is harsh enough? We don't need to be harsh on ourselves to add to that. So this is a very important message for you to take some time and go within. Go take some time and sit with self, okay? I always recommend for my clients to write affirmations, okay? I feel beautiful, because there's so many different ways you could say I am, I feel, I see, okay? So I am is the lowest that you can use, because that starts, I think I am is your root chakra. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll be learning from y'all just as much as y'all learn from me. But I believe I am is at the bottom. It's your root chakra, right? And so when you move up to your eyes, your third eye, right? You go to I see. So you can say, I see myself as, I see beauty when I look in the mirror. You can go to I see wealth all around me, right? You could even go down a little lower to I feel wealthy. I feel beautiful. So these affirmations are going to help to build your self-confidence, because we don't need you beating up yourself, okay? We get beat up enough. We don't need you to beat you up too, okay? So now we're moving on to this death card in reverse. And the death card in reverse speaks of, again, lack of direction and the desire to remain in a bad situation. So it's like the knowledge that you just obtained. Hold on, let me turn this music down because I feel like it's trying to battle me once again. Okay. So once again, it's like that this information and knowledge you're taking in is pointing you in the right direction, right? Like, that whatever it is you are currently learning, whatever awakenings you've had, whatever messages and downloads you've gotten recently, it's like, it's telling you the right thing, and changes need to be made, but you are running from it. Again, it says lack of direction and the desire to remain in a bad situation. So you're like, what? I know that I'm in this pool of shit, but I am comfortable in this pool of shit, so I'm going to stay here. I would prefer to stay in this pool of shit because I would prefer this pool of shit over this pool of roses, because I'm more comfortable here. And in order for me to get out of this pool of shit, I got to clean myself up, and it's a mess. So I'll just stay here. You know what I mean? It's like desire to remain in a bad situation. So someone is just, someone is just comfortable where they are. And remember, take this how it resonates. It could also be moving on from a relationship, a friendship, a job, any type of situation. Take it how it resonates. And that's why I always recommend personal readings, because it will read your energy specifically. And so we have here the 3 of coins upright. The 3 of coins upright speaks of new paths that should be taken. It speaks of moving on to something new. For some of you, it's independence, self-employment, a new career, okay? New projects. It says a great deal of time is required with little compensation. It may take some time to get what you want. There will be much need for work and skills to succeed. So yeah, for some of you guys, this is really your career. It's a job, it's a business that you started. Maybe you want to start a different business. Maybe you feel like this business isn't doing well enough, so you want to try something new, right? And for others of you, this is just simply you learning how to tap into your spirituality. So some of you are having a hard time learning new things when it comes to your spirituality. Some of you are having a hard time tapping into your powers that you were born with that you forgot about. And so I wanted to clarify why the Three of Coins is here. And I got the Hierophant upright and the Seven of Cups in reverse. The Hierophant upright speaks of searching for meaning and reality and also feeling trapped. So yeah, a lot of you are searching for meaning. You're searching for the truth and you feel trapped because you feel like, I'm seeing like a snow globe, right? You're like trying to bang, like you're on the inside trying to bang on the glass. Like, how do I get out of here? Right? And I'm hearing Jimi Hendrix. There must be some kind of way out of here. Said the to the beat. There's so much confusion. I can't get no relief. So yeah, a lot of you are feeling trapped and you're feeling like you're so confused, like I said in the beginning of the reading, and you're like, I need some relief. Some of you feel like you're going crazy. Some of you feel like you're like I'm seeing somebody like hyperventilating, like gasping for air. You feel like the pressure is just too much. It's just too much pressure on you. The number 5 may be significant. Some of you guys are a life path 5, and that's why you feel trapped, because life path 5s are supposed to have freedom, and the way that you are living right now is not giving you that freedom that is required for you to thrive. The number 8 may be significant as well. The number 3 or 1 may be significant as well. So some of you may be born in January, March, August, or May. Some of you may be a life path 5, life path 1, life path 3, or life path 8. Or some of you may just be seeing those numbers. So take it how it resonates, but those numbers are definitely significant. So with the 7 of Coins here in reverse, so the 7 of Cups speaks of drive and will. It represents those things that are wealth and success. So whatever wealth and success is to you, for some of you it's financial abundance. For some of you it's spiritual, mental, and emotional abundance and peace, right? And for others of you, it's accomplishing some type of career goal that you've been wanting to accomplish. Whatever the case may be, the 7 of Cups represents the drive and the will to obtain that. And so if it is, because I asked specifically about spirituality, if it is about spirituality for you, it's the drive and the will that it's going to take for you to change your mindset, for you to conquer your fears, for you to take that step, right? For you to take that leap of faith and try something new, something that the ancestors are saying will help you to thrive. They want you to know that your path is clear and you'll be able to accomplish great things once you take that leap of faith. So they don't want you to be afraid. They don't want you to procrastinate. And some of you are meant to be shamans. I felt the need randomly to put on some shamanistic drums, right? Like I put on a shaman meditation playlist. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's very different than the so-called African playlist, which somebody has said in the comment section, like, well, which type of drums are these? Are these Native American drums or African drums? Because we're not all African. Listen, guys, please, first of all, don't be in the comment section with the division. That's 1. 2, we are the same people. Do not get caught up in labels. Who gave you these labels? You have to keep that in mind. And that's another thing that some of you are supposed to be unlearning and relearning right now. You have to be questioning everything. You have to keep an open mind, because there are a lot of lies that have been taught to us as truth. So again, please, I beg you, do not come in my comment sections with the division. We are the same people. And do not get caught up in these labels. They are irrelevant. So, yeah, anyway, a lot of you guys are supposed to be shamans and high priests. This keeps coming up. You're supposed to be spiritual leaders and healers, right? And a lot of you are not tapping into that power. So we got the Queen of Swords in reverse and the Justice card in reverse. So the Queen of Swords speaks of unresolved issues, revenge, misdirected anger. So some of you are feeling angry because of the things that you've learned. You're feeling angry, you're overwhelmed with emotion, and I feel like that emotion is turning into anger because you're not asking yourself you're not taking the time to sit down and analyze exactly what you're feeling, because it's saying misdirected anger is misdirected anger. So this can go two ways. Either A, you are taking this anger out on the people that are closest to you, or B, it's not really anger that you're feeling. You may be feeling confusion, you may be feeling hurt, but it's not really anger. So what they want you to do is transmute that emotion. Turn it into creativity, turn it into productivity, okay? Go within and turn it into power, turn it into spiritual power. You got to understand how powerful tapping in with your spirit is. It's powerful tapping into the spiritual realm, and that's why they don't want you to do it. This will change your life. And a lot of you are aware of this, but you're nervous. It's like you're scared of your own power. And some of you are just scared because you've been programmed your whole entire life to believe that this is evil stuff. And so you think you're going to be condemned. You think you're going to burn in the pits of hell. It's all programming and mental conditioning. And I feel like the unresolved issues, I feel like for some of you, the unresolved issues is you not taking the time to heal certain things. It could be childhood things. It could also be what I was mentioning earlier, how like some of you are running from this. You're not taking the time to go within and heal from it so that you can learn from it and do better. So you really need to do that. You really need to take time to go within. So let's break down this Justice card in reverse. Why is the Justice card in reverse here? Injustice and failed agreement. So yeah, somebody's been lied to and misled. And for some of you, this is very, very, very painful, and it's affecting you in all areas of your life. Like I said, some of you may need to book a life coaching session with me so I can help you through this. But yeah, with this Justice card, you're learning about the many injustices that have been done, not only to you, but to the people around you. Failed agreements. So to clarify the Queen of Swords, I got the Star card here upright. And the Star card speaks of a sense of loss, individual or material. So some of you are suffering losses, right? And that loss could just be you realizing what you thought was real is not real. You realizing what you thought was true is a lie. And so there's a lot of reflection. Some of you are taking this pretty well. Some of you have hope for the future. Some of you are kind of just like rolling with the punches. You're going with the flow and you're like, okay, you know, and you're trying to stay optimistic, but some of you are not taking this well. Either way, there's a deep sense of reflection. A lot of you are reflecting and hoping for a better future. And I'm telling you right now, you are a part of that better future. If you want a better future, you have to create that better future. Like I said, a lot of you are here to be in leadership positions. Many of you are supposed to be very wealthy and very popular. People looking up to you. Some of you will be helping to create this new earth, and you will be a part of I don't really want to use the word government, but some of you will be I'll say government for the lack of a better term, right? But some of you will be like that government structure. You will be in a leadership position where people will be consulting with you. And for some of you, you were already that in a past lifetime. And that's why everything is hitting you so harshly, it is that push from the ancestors, from the divine, for you to get going, for you to get moving. And so the first movement that they want you to take is going within. For some of you, you're not even doing that. You're going to work, staying busy, scrolling on social media, going out, shopping, doing everything else except for going within. I'm hearing Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror. I'm talking to the man in the mirror. Oh, yeah. I'm asking him to change his ways. So, in other words, nothing will change until you change, okay? So that brings us to the 9 of Staffs, a card of strategy and preparedness. So, yeah, some of you, once you get over this fear, you will take the time to go within, and you will start to strategize, and you will start to prepare. Many of you are not only preparing yourselves, you're preparing your loved ones, your children, the people around you, right? You're having important conversations that needs to be had. I don't know if you guys realize, but today here in the US, there was some type of outage. They were calling it a cyber attack. So I don't know if you saw that movie, Leave the World Behind, but I mean, that's the first thing I thought of, okay? Because they prepare us through these movies. So this 9 of Staffs is talking about strategy and preparedness. So some of you guys are waking up and realizing that maybe we aren't as safe as we thought we were. Maybe we shouldn't be as comfortable as we are, and so you're learning independence. Some of you are learning to be self-sustainable. Some of you are preparing to go off grid. Some of you are learning gardening. You're learning plumbing. You're learning electricity. You're learning how to build and contracting. And you're just, you're learning spirituality. You're learning how to heal yourself and your family so that you don't have to depend on these hospitals, right? And so that is what this 9 of Staffs is talking about. And they also want you to have patience and tenacity. They want you to make sure that you are being patient through it all. Don't get frustrated when things don't seem to be going your way. Don't get frustrated when you're thrown off a bit. Don't get frustrated and upset when you prepare for one thing and then life throws you a curve, and so you got to prepare for something else, okay? They want you to be ready for anything right now. And a large part of that is being courageous, learning courage. So through the media, including the news and social media and the music, they have instilled perpetual fear into your psyche. And so a lot of you are just afraid of everything. You're just jumpy and you're like, oh my God. And so they want you to grow out of that. They want you to learn courage. And so a powerful way to conquer your fears is to do something that you're afraid of, like step by step, little by little. If you're afraid of heights, get on a roller coaster. That's like the most simple place to start, okay? Or go hiking up a high mountain, okay? Start conquering your fears little by little. And so they're saying that problems of your past may haunt you. For some of you, these fears were developed as a child. Like something happened in your childhood. For example, maybe you almost drowned, or you saw someone drown, or you have someone in your family or your friend circle that passed away from drowning, and so now you're afraid to swim. So they're wanting you to conquer that fear. Go to the YMCA and take some swimming classes, okay? And there's a reason why I'm talking about swimming. Some of you may need to learn how to swim because some of these cities are going underwater. Cough, cough, New York City and LA, okay? A different topic for a different day. They want you to take what you've learned from the past and use it. So we got the 10 of Swords here upright. And the 10 of Swords speaks of emotional isolation, weariness, sometimes depression, physical or mental pain, and a sense of being overwhelmed. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, a lot of you guys are overwhelmed, you're stressing out, and sometimes, a lot of times actually, stress can manifest into physical pain. So you are feeling that overwhelming amount of stress into your physical. For some of you, it's your back. My back just started hurting me out of nowhere. For some of you, it's your back, your upper back or your lower back or your shoulders. Like you're just really stiff. Some of you need to start getting active more often. You need to start working out more consistently. And some of you need to go get a massage, or you need to ask a loved one, a teenager, a child, or your husband or wife to massage your back for you. They also want you to start stretching more. Do some stretches when you wake up. Do some stretches when you rise up, and do some stretches before you go to bed as well. That's going to help you with your pain. So what's happening is, whenever there are spiritual blockages, right, and we are not releasing the proper way, this manifests into physical, and it causes physical blockages, because everything starts in the spiritual world first. So for some of you, some of you have like clogged arteries, or like your blood, like you have blood clots. Some of you are having some blood flow issues, and that's coming from spiritual blockages. And so when you stretch, it'll help you. When you stretch and you do some meditation and you start tapping more into your spirituality, this will help you feel a lot, and I mean a lot, better. And so with this emotional isolation, some of you are taking time out to be alone, and that's okay. That's okay, but they don't want you to stay in your shell for too long. They do want you to socialize, make connections. For some of you, when you get past this, you will be meeting your soul tribe. So they don't want you to stay in isolation for too long, okay? But take the time that you need to heal and become stronger. And so it's the Ten of Swords is saying bitter disappointment at the outcome of events. Mental and physical pain may be present, a feeling of desperation. So yeah, bitter disappointment at the outcome of events. You're disappointed. You're like, oh my gosh, life is not what I thought it was. This is not what I thought it was. You're disappointed at the fact that you thought you knew a lot of things that turns out you don't know at all. Like, you don't have a clue. Some of you are disappointed because you feel like you should be further spiritually or financially, whatever the case may be. Take it as it resonates. But there's a feeling of disappointment here. But if that's the reason why you're disappointed, they want you to realize that you are on your own individual journey, okay? So there is no being late. There is no moving slow. Everything happens in divine timing. So once you start to change your mindset, then you will begin to change your life. You will feel better. You will look better. You will feel a lot lighter. And not to say that you look bad, but some of you, your stress shows. It manifests in the physical. So some of you may have bags under your eyes. You may be breaking out in some areas of your skin. You might have eczema breakouts, dermatitis, psoriasis breakouts. All of those are due to spiritual blockages, regardless of what they tell you. Everything starts in the spiritual before it hits the physical. So let's see what we get here to close this reading. So to close this reading out, we got the Page of Swords upright and the Nine of Cups in reverse. So the Page of Swords speaks of surveillance. So it's your ancestors want you to know that they are with you every step of the way. And not to sound creepy, but they are watching you. I'm hearing that song, God is watching us. God is watching us. But yeah, it's actually like your ancestors and your spirit team. They don't want you to be afraid of them. They don't. They are loving, and they want you to know that they have your back. They are guiding you. They are protecting you. And this Nine of Cups in reverse speaks of honest communication. So some of you may be getting communication from them through your dreams. You may be seeing the signs. Also, I see the number 1 here, the number 7 here. I see the number 11. I know the ones are for new beginnings. 7 is like a spiritual number. 7 also speaks of like guardians, angels, ancestors. You can also do some research on these numbers as well. So back to this Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is speaking about communication, right? Trustworthy bonds. So yeah, like I said, they want you to trust them. They want you to bond with them. You have been programmed to believe that that is evil and demonic, but it's not. It's our culture. We have always venerated our ancestors. We have always showed love and reverence to our ancestors and the spirits, the nature spirits, which we used to call Necheru, which is nature spirits, okay? That's where they get the word nature from, Necheru, which on temple walls, it's N-T-R-U, Necheru. So N-T-R, nature is nature, and Necheru is nature spirits. So we've always showed respect for them, and we've always honored them. We've always known that they were there, despite the fact that now we can't see them and we've forgotten. We've always known that they were there until the colonizers came and told us that we shouldn't acknowledge them. And so they want to remind you that they are here for you. And so the Nine of Cups in reverse also speaks of freedom. So yeah, it's a sense of freedom. You know, when you tap into that power, you feel free, you feel powerful. And again, some of you are yearning for that freedom. They want you to know that your spirituality is your freedom. In a lot of places, they have instilled laws. For example, I think it's called the Obia Act in Jamaica and parts of the Caribbean, where they have banned indigenous spiritual practices. And it's not fair. It is your birthright. It is your birthright, okay? I cannot stress that enough. It is your birthright to be able to partake in your traditional spiritual practices. It is your birthright to be able to participate in and honor your culture and also pass it down. So that is your freedom. That is your freedom. Okay, that's all I have for you today, family. Again, if you want a personal reading, you can book that at the link in the description box below. If you would like to, you can also book a life coaching session with me. I'm a master certified life coach, and I can help you navigate through these changes and upgrade your life in all aspects, spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. If this message resonated with you, please make sure that you drop that. If this message resonated with you, please make sure that you tap that like button and drop a comment. I'm Elevated Mental. Thank you so much for your support. And until next time, peace and oneness.